Hi everybody, I'm today going to give you an example that Excel would have for the exam 2. So this Excel file has 8 parts and I'm gonna go to each one of them and name the parts. So these are the questions that we have. These are based on the real data set I collected, how much the demand is, how much was the sale, and how many employees were doing all those sales. So now let's see what type of question we have. So part one says test by using regression. So we can see clearly the word regression here. If demand has impact on sales with a significant level of 0.05. Remember, when it says something has impact on something else, it's basically X has impact on Y. So demand is Rx and sale is Ry. Create the regression line, draw the scatter plot with the trend line. So I'm gonna do this. I go with the data analysis, and choose regression. So what is your Y? Remember, X has impact on Y, therefore Y is my sale. I'm gonna choose sale. I'm gonna choose the label as well, the title as well. So this is my Y, and then my X has impact on Y. Demand is my X. I'm gonna choose the demand. And then it says significant value is 0.05, which is 95% confidence level, which is here already by default. Remember, I chose the labels, therefore I check this label. And then I don't need to touch anything here. It says new worksheet, and I want to have the answer in the new worksheet. You can have the output range anywhere else and choose the cell, but I want to have it in the new worksheet. So I'm basically done with this part. Okay. So here it produced the answer for me. Before doing anything, I'm gonna right click, format cell, numbers to decimal, okay? And then I'm gonna do a little bit here, would be nicer, right? Okay. Now what I need to check here is I need to check how much is p-value in order to accept or reject the significant value. So p-value is 0.00. I'm gonna highlight that, different color, and I'm gonna write it here. 0.00 is smaller than 0.05, reject the null, right? So that's what I need to write. And then it says create a regression line. And I issue this question, I'm gonna also here sheet 2, right click on that, rename part 1. I can even color code that. You see tab color, I can say make it orange. So create a regression line. Remember, regression line is y is equal to a plus b multiplied by x. So y would be equal to a is this intercept, which is 18.04, plus b, which is the coefficient 0.16, multiplied by x. So that is my regression line. I'm gonna increase and then bold it. So that's my regression line. It says also draw the scatter plot. So for drawing the scatter plot, I'm choosing the demand and sale. Insert a scatter plot, right? I'm gonna put this all the way up here in front of part A. And then with the trend line, I'm gonna first see the select data. So which one is my X, which one is Y, shows that correctly. And then I'm gonna choose any of those dots, right click on that, add the trend line, linear. So I see the trend line here. Okay, this is part 1. Part 2, again asking by using the regression, using the test, using the regression, if sale has impact on the number of employees. Again, sale this time is X, has impact on number of employees, or Y. significant level is 0.09. I'm gonna make this again. So insert, data analysis, regression. So X has impact on Y, number of employees is my Y, and sale is my X. Significant level is set 0.09. I need to change that. That means the confidence level is 91%, right? Because the significant level is 9%. Confidence level is the opposite of that, which is 91%. And all that I need is just choosing new worksheet for part 2. I'm gonna rename this part 2. I'm gonna color code that, right click again, green. I'm gonna choose all of this, right click, format cell to decimal, okay. And I'm gonna drag them a little bit over here, here. Okay, so it's again asking me to check that if I should accept or reject the hypothesis, and also I need to check that create a regression line. So again, you remember for the sale, I check the p-value associated with that. P-value 0.34 is greater than 0.09. Therefore, accept the null hypothesis, right? And then I need to create a regression line. Y is equal to, what is my A, 21.6p, plus what is my B, 0.01 multiplied by X. It's my regression line. With the perfect. And now I need to draw the scatter plot. Sale and employee, gonna choose them, insert, scatter plot. So it looks like it's all over the place. It's not like showing any specific line, trend line. If I want to do that similar, it doesn't show any specific pattern similar to the first slide. You see here how clearly shows the pattern, but this one it doesn't. So anyway, I'm gonna right click, add the trend line on that. Slightly upward, but not as clear as this one. Okay, this is part 2. Gonna save that every time that we are working. Now part C, apply the ANOVA test to check if you should reject the null hypothesis with the significant level of 0.05. This time I need to take ANOVA. So data analysis, ANOVA is all the way first. ANOVA single factor. What are your input range? All of this information except the date, label, and then significant value was 0.05. Then hit OK. So I'm gonna rename this part 3, and I'm gonna also color code that. Let's say purple color, and then I'm gonna choose all of these and 2 decimal format cell number, 2 decimal, a little bit drag it here, here, and then here. So what we need to check here is the p-value. I'm gonna highlight that, which is smaller than the significant value, smaller than 0.05, reject, no, right? Easy as that. So we did part 3 as well. Part 4, it says apply the t-test for demand and employees with significant value of 0.05, 0.04. So I have two population, demand and employee, and then is significant value here. So I'm gonna go again to data analysis, t-test unequal variance, One of them was demand and the other was employee. Range 1, range 2 is employees. Check the label, significant value 0.05. Hypothesized mean difference when we have two population is 0. New worksheet, 2 decimal, format cell number, 2 decimal, and then here rename it to part 4. Color code that, tab color, I would say blue. So what I need to check here is p-value for two tails. I'm gonna highlight that 0.00 smaller than 0.04, I believe. Reject the null. Okay, part 4. Now let's see what part 5. This time again another t-test for sale and the demand. Before was demand and employee. Now sale and demand. Again, data analysis, t-test on equal variance, sale, and then demand. Significant value is 0.06. Hypothesis mean difference is 0. Output range. Okay. Format cell, 2 decimal, part 5. What I'm checking is here, 0.0 is smaller than 0.06. Reject the null. Perfect. Now let's see what's part 6. Part 6 says apply the t-test, check if the demand is higher than certain number. So this time one population, one certain specific number. So data analysis, but wait a minute. I have just one population and I need to use the two sample. So what I should do is pull the Excel by having a dummy, and I put 0.00. Okay, don't need to put so many zero, just few is fine. So data analysis, t-test, and then demand. And then the second one would be dummy. Make sure that always the second one is dummy. And then hypothesized mean difference should be 0.02. And then the mean differences is 575. Okay. Format cell, 2 decimal. What I need to check is here, highlight that 0.00 is smaller than 0.02. Reject the null. This is part 6. And then here, part 7 says t-test if the sale average is higher than 72. Again, one population, one number, I need to use again dummy, right? So data, t-test on equal variance, sale. Second one would be dummy. And then the significant value for part 7 was 0.10. And then hypothesized mean difference is the number in the question, 72. I'm gonna have 2 decimal. All again, I am checking is here. 0.00 smaller than 0.10. Reject. Then no. This is part 7. Let me color code this. I would say gray. Right click, tab color would be yellow. This one, tab color, I would say blue. So now part 8, asking for the frequency table. For frequency, you need to find the maximum of the data set. Again, frequency table for sale. So I just check the sale, maximum of sale, minimum of the sale, finding the class, number of classes 5, range of each class, and then develop the frequency table. So because I don't want to increase the time for this video and then just make it as short as possible, I wouldn't do the frequency table because I know that you are learning already about this part. You can access the previous videos to see how to build a frequency table. But this is all that would be in the exam, very similar to this one. And if you have any question, let me know.